You know, I wish I had good news today that the oil spill was over, there was no oil out there, and everything was back to normal. And I don't. I'm going out this afternoon in a boat. Good news is we haven't seen no new oil, but we continue to pull oil out the marsh at several locations in Barataria Bay, in the critical areas, and we continue to fight BP. I hate to say it, but BP is the biggest enemy we have, not the oil.
Yes, right on.
You know, several times you'll see breaks in there at the beginning of this thing, when I've said things are getting better, we're working together, and then wham, it changes. It seems like the media has, thank God for them, because we wouldn't have seen the attention, we'd have saw this whole thing. And it seems like they want it over, the federal government wants it over, and they want to move on. The last week has been the most frustrating. I met twice this week with Doug Suttles for over 3 hours each time. And he said, Friday, we're going to have an agreement, and we're going to leave those strike teams out there that pull oil out or clean up the beach. They do something every day. They're not the contract hands that are sleeping or staying in the land camps or picking up trash on the highway. We appreciate that, but that's not what they're down there for. They're out there working every day, and they're staying on those jacket boats away from their family because they live in Plaquemines or live in this parish or Jefferson or St. Bernard, and they want to see all the oil cleaned up. They don't want to see it pushed under the rug. But on Friday, when I got to the meeting, I was informed that Doug Suttles no longer works in that position. He's moved back to Houston. And everything we had discussed for the last 3 days was off the table. It's just par for the course. I am greatly disappointed in all the federal agencies. I wish I could say one of them was on our side, but they're not. From the flyovers that saw no oil, to giving me letters saying it's okay for BP to take equipment out, to the EPA saying don't spray dispersements, find something new in 24 hours, to now saying it's okay even though you sprayed with permits you wasn't supposed to get, it's safe. To NOAA, the agency is supposed to have all this technology to find anything below the surface, but it took Jacques Cousteau's grandson to find the plumes that still many say in our federal government do not exist or didn't exist. And if you remember that statement where I said I want to take Tony Haywood and stick him over the
Yes,
side
indeed.
and pull him up.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I hope one day we will figure out why the command, and look, I don't blame the men and women on the ground with the Coast Guard, with BP, with the EPA. They're doing their job. The orders have come from the top. I just wish I knew why. Why the cover-up, why they're not out there helping the American people, why they're protecting BP. You know, one of the most disturbing things, and this is the first time I've said this publicly, but I'm so frustrated and so angry, and it grows every day because lie after story. The meetings this week will keep me off the air long enough for some of the national media to pull out. I'm convinced of that, and that's okay. Because wherever they go, I'll follow them, and we will make sure.
Right on.
Let me tell you, if it takes the rest of my life, I will find out why the hell the cover-up, why they have continued to lie. Do you know it took my local military base flew a flag Super Bowl Sunday over Iraq in honor of me because I love the military. I love what they do for this country. And Friday morning at the breakfast, I apologized for the things I have said about the Coast Guard and about their leader because of the way we have been treated. And then, you know, one of the Navy guys said, Billy, don't feel bad. They're telling everybody on our base, Coast Guard, that you putting oil out there because you want to keep this thing going on.
Oh, no, they didn't.
And that just kind of hits a home run to what's been going on through this thing. And I'm sorry to even have to say that. But I don't hold back. If you tell me, the public's going to hear it. and they have a right to hear it. I have never been so disappointed in the help from the federal government. The NOAA ship that came down here to help us on the third week of Anderson Cooper, standing out at the shore at the riverfront, in the middle of a question, I forgot what he asked me. I said, Anderson, I got to stop a minute. This ship has been parked here for 3 weeks. Are they here to party in the French Quarter? Are they here to go out there and find oil? Well, the next day the ship was gone. It was out there. And if you remember last week, NOAA made, or a week before last, they made a statement. They don't know if there's any oil left out below the surface, but they're going to go look for it next month. Next month. Does that give BP time to pull out? I don't know.